Well, hello everybody again. It's me, Ms. Laura, and I'm here with another incoming teacher for the 23-24 school year. It's Aaron Vigar. Hello.
Hi, nice to see you and to everyone at home or wherever you're watching this. Hello.
Hello. How are you feeling about joining ISB?
Oh, I'm really excited. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to get too into the next job when you're still working in a job currently, but it's definitely one of those kind of exciting things on the horizon that it creates some busyness just getting stuff ready for the move and things like that. But yeah, really looking forward to it. Whenever I have a little bit of downtime and can kind of Google Busan or Korea or the school specifically, it's creates a lot of excitement for me.
Exciting. It's a very exciting city and a very exciting school community, and I'm sure you're going to love it. But let's get back to the beginning, back to basics. Give us your self-introduction. Who are you? Where are you from? What's your favorite food? All those kind of things. We want to know everything.
Okay. Well, like you said, my name's Aaron Vigar. I'm Canadian. I grew up in Canada, moved around a lot, like into smaller towns. So big cities like Busan are sort of relatively new to me. After high school, pursued political science and English and history in university in Ottawa, which is the capital of Canada. Got my undergraduate in English and history with a minor in political science, and then off to University of Toronto to do a master's in teaching. Yeah, and since then I've just been teaching for the last little over a decade now, and started my career in Canada and then kind of quickly shifted to overseas teaching, got a little bit of a taste of that, came back to Canada, that kind of grass is always greener situation. And then the last, because it's been 8 years now, I've been overseas, specifically in the Gulf region in the Middle East. And yeah, really looking forward to the change next year. That's like the professional background story.
Yeah, I love it. It didn't seem rehearsed. Did you rehearse it?
No, there's definitely not a teleprompter just behind the computer, just scrolling through my bio for me. Yeah,
So can I ask you a bit more about getting into teaching? Because you said you studied a lot and then you went back to University of Toronto for your master's in education. But what was the transition? How did you get from, going through your undergrad programs to deciding, okay, I want to be a teacher?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I was younger, I wanted to be a teacher. But also when you're younger, you either have these really lofty career goals that you don't really understand, like astronaut and things like that, or you kind of look to the careers that are around you. And so obviously, as a young person in school, like teachers play an important role in your life. And I was very fortunate to have some really powerful teachers in my life. But then I guess as I got older, it sort of seemed almost boring, I guess, to kind of go on a route that I'd been kind of thinking about since I was a young child. So I wasn't sure what I wanted to do after high school. I was just trying to kind of expose myself to as much as possible. And then it was during my undergraduate degree, I started to work at a summer camp and working with, kids ranging from 6 all the way up to kind of 16, 17-year-olds. And that's where it sort of reminded me of the passion I have for working with young people, the excitement I have when seeing them take risks and be successful and grow in those ways. And so that sort of refocused me kind of halfway through my undergraduate to move a little bit more away from political science and more into the English and history, the teachable aspects of my degree. And then from there, it was just very clearly what I wanted to do, what I was passionate about. And so I've just sort of been chasing that ever since.
What's your favorite part about teaching?
I like those light bulb moments. I'm sure that that's not original for a teacher to say, but those moments where a student just sort of just gets it suddenly. They've maybe been wrestling with it for a while, and that you can sort of see them on the horizon, on the cusp, and maybe it comes from me, maybe it comes from a peer, maybe it just comes from themselves, and they put together that puzzle, and that's always really super satisfying as a teacher to watch and to see kind of the excitement or the joy or just the lack of frustration now when they finally sort of understand something. That's such a good part of this job. From the school perspective, I'm really excited to kind of go back into a bit of a smaller school. The school I am at right now is much larger than ISB. So I'm looking forward to that level of community that just seems a little bit more achievable in a smaller school. Also, just the city itself really is very exciting to me. I think when I applied for the job, one of the first things that sort of stood out to me in the description of the school was the idea of being able to go trail running and stuff like that. So here, Doha is incredibly flat, but I actually train here and go off and do trail running and just get destroyed on these hills because it's such a flat country that I live in now. So the idea of having, the mountain in the backyard of the school, having the ocean in the front yard of the school, or however you want to think about it, super exciting to me. And just to be in such a rich culture. I mean, the Korean culture in general has really popped onto the mainstream in the last decade or so. And to go from a place like in Qatar where it's maybe 90% of an expat community and only 10% of a local population, that creates very much it's almost like a third culture country. So to go into a community that has a really strong home culture, I think is really exciting, and it'll be very invigorating. So I hope I answered that question. I was kind of jumping around quite a bit there.
Yeah, you gave us all the answers that we wanted, everything we could ever want. Before I say cheerio and bye-bye, anything that you'd like to say before you arrive?
I think just that I'm really looking forward to meeting everybody, that I hope that I can really take part and really dive into the culture that exists at the school. That's what sort of is a big part of what's bringing me there. But also that I can contribute something to it and hopefully make it, I don't want to say better, I'm sure it's already great, but to put my own little spin on things where I can. So I'm really looking forward to meeting people, my students, my colleagues, and anyone else I have the ability to work with as part of a member of the community there. So really looking forward to being there in July or August.
It's been lovely chatting with you. Thank you again so much for taking time out of your busy day. I know this is already your weekend because we're chatting on a Friday. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you when you join us in school in just a few short months. Take care, Aaron. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.